Hello everybody. So in this video I'll try to find the domain of some rational functions. So as you all know, domain is the set of the inputs that we can put for some specific function. That is the domain of the function. The valid inputs, just simply the valid inputs of a function are the domain of that function. Now if we try to find out domain of some function, let's say 13. This is actually some maths from the pre-calculus book Michael Sullivan. So I will just try to solve some maths from here. So let's try something. This is 13 number from this page. This is page number 197, exercise number 4.2, properties of rational functions, and the book is Michael Sullivan's pre-calculus book, 9th edition. So let's try it. So this function is written as Rx equals to 4x divided by x minus 3. So to find out the domain, we know that this denominator thing cannot be equals to 0. What's wrong if it is 0? Suppose if we write 4x divided by 0, then basically this function is undefined. This function is undefined. That's why this value cannot be 0. If it is 0, then it is undefined. So undefined is not something that we want in some mathematical things, in some functions in mathematics, because if it is undefined, then we do not understand the properties of it, where it goes, what's happening there, etc, etc. Plus some couple of more things actually starts coming when it is undefined. Anyway, so this value here cannot be 0, but this 4x can be 0, because upper side, if it is 0, then we have no problem. That's why we will write x minus 3 cannot be equals to 0. Then we get answer x is not equals to 3. That means x equals to 3 we cannot put there. That's why it came x is not equals to 3. So the domain of this function will be x, all real number, only x is not equals to 3. That is the domain. That is the domain of this function. Let's try another maths, which is, let's try 16 number maths. 14 number maths is similar, 15 and 16 is similar, so I will try 16 number maths. 16 number math is saying g of x equals to 6 divided by x plus 3, then 4 minus x. From similar kind of understanding, this denominator cannot be 0, so this denominator we cannot put 0. So basically we have to write this two value cannot be 0. So we get x plus 3 into 4 minus x cannot be equals to 0. Now from 0 product rule, we can write this cannot be equals to 0 and this cannot be equals to 0 separately. So we can write x plus 3 cannot be equals to 0. Then we get x equals to, x is not equals to minus 3. Then again we get 4 minus x is not equals to 0. So we get minus x is not equals to minus 4. Then we get x is not equals to 4. So the domain of this function, if we write the answer, domain of this function will be x is all real number, except the condition is x cannot be equals to minus 3 and x cannot be equals to 4. So that's the two conditions that we have to write here. That's it. Let me try another maths, which is, let's try 18 number maths. Let's try 18 number maths. 18 number maths looks a bit interesting and a bit different, so let's try it. So this function is defined as h of x equals to minus x, 1 minus x divided by 3x square plus 5x minus 2. So this is our question, and we have to find out the domain of this. Now if you look at as we said, like in our previous maths also, this functions in the up, which is numerator do not have any problem, so we have to look at the denominator, which is 3x square, this term 3x square plus 5x minus 2. Now in this term, this value cannot be 0. So basically, let's write it like this: 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 cannot be equals to 0. The whole thing, this whole thing cannot be equals to 0. Now if you look at this thing, first of all, this is a quadratic thing. This is some quadratic component in the whole term is, and at the same time you see this is a trinomial. So you see trinomial means there are 3 terms, 1 2 3 3 terms. This is a trinomial, and this is not a simple trinomial. This is called complex trinomial because there is a number with the x squared. This is a complex trinomial. So for the complex trinomial, if we want to do the factoring, first of all we have to multiply both sides, this 2 and 3, which gives us 6, Now from this 6 we want to make the factor. So 2 kind of factor is possible. One is 2 and 3, another is 1 and 6. This 2 kind of factor is possible, 1 and 6, not 16. This is 1. Okay, let me write comma so that is clear. One combination is 2 and 3, other combination is 1 and 6. So if we give here 2x plus 3x, then the math will not match. Our sign is not matching because both is plus, but we have here minus. So we have to give something minus and something plus so that our sign becomes same. Okay, let me check how many minutes I have so that I can. Okay, I think I can show you the both part. I mean, some students are sometimes confused about it, which combination they will use. This is not a right combination. If you give 2 plus 3, basically 5 comes. 2 plus 3 equals to 5, or 6 minus 1 equals to 5. You see, we have to match this 5. So there is 2 combination. 2 plus 3 equals to 5, and 6 minus 1 equals to 5. 5 comes in the both way, and plus 5 comes in the both way. Then which combination you will use? Basically, if we use this combination, then this is mathematically wrong, because if I take both plus, then this minus sign will never come. Plus. But if I take minus 6 and then plus 1, then minus 6 into plus 1 will give us that minus sign. That means we have to use 3x squared plus 6x minus x minus 2 equals to 0. We have to use this combination, not the 3x plus 2x. If you want, if you can try, then you will see you cannot do the next part. I mean, the common thing, you cannot take the common, and if you take common, then the both side is coming different. So 3x is common from here, then we have x plus 2, then minus 1 is common from here, then we have x plus 2 is not equals to 0. So then x plus 2, then 3x minus 1 is not equals to 0. Then we can write x plus 2 is not equals to 0, then x is not equals to minus 2. This is one combination, and another combination is 3x minus 1 is not equals to 0. So 3x is not equals to 1. It goes to the other side. Basically, this is a simple algebraic calculation. So 1 divided by 3. So these two values we have to exclude from this thing. Other values are good. Okay, fine. So the domain of this function will be x, all real number, except these two, except minus 2, and x is not equals to 1 by 3. That two condition. Can you see that corner? Oh, you cannot see that corner. So that corner, what I have written is that. So that's the thing what I have written there. I hope everything else you can see nicely. So that's the part from here. Is there any more maths from here that I can do? Okay, let me do another maths. Let me erase, and so that the whole thing is can finish. So let me erase it. So another math is let's try 22 number. 22, 21 both is same math. So let's try 22 number. 22 number math is g of x equals to x minus 3, then x to the power 4 plus 1, x to the power 4 plus 1. Okay, so this value cannot be equals to 0 from this condition. This is interesting math. See this, what happens. This cannot be 0. Then if I write x, this equals to minus 1, then if I write x is equals to plus minus square fourth root of minus 1, Now if you can try it in the calculator also. Square root of fourth root of minus 1 is undefined. This value is undefined. So this value is undefined. Now then what will be the domain of this function? What will be the domain of this function then? Now you see, basically if we get some value here, after the calculation, then we say that value we have to exclude. But there is no value that we can exclude. That means for this function the domain will be all real number. There is nothing that we can exclude. We have to, in other words, we have to include everything. So domain is all real number, or you can say all real number. This is the all real number symbol, double var r. So that's the all real number symbol. So for 21 also, this is same thing. Answer will be the same. Both is same thing. And for 23 number, if you want to, not 23, let's try 24 or 23. Let me check. Okay, anyone? Let's do 23. Okay, 23. So 23 number, the question is r of x equals to 3x squared minus x minus 6 divided by 4, then x squared minus 9. Now you see there is a lot of thing on the top, like in the there in the numerator, but just don't worry about that, okay, because that's fine. This is not equals to 0, so then x squared minus 9 is not equals to 0 divided by 4, then it will become 0. Minus 9 is not equals to 0, then x squared is not equals to 9, then x is not equals to plus minus square root of 9, then x is not equals to plus minus 3. That means the domain will be all real number except x is not equals to plus minus 3. So that's the domain of this 23 number maths. That's the domain of this 23 number maths. So this is how we get the domain. Let me try 24 number also. I have some time, it seems. 24 number also I will do now, which is the last math from this sections, and I will wrap up the video. So 24 number is fx equals to minus 2x squared minus 4 divided by 3. By the way, those who are seeing this and you are wondering what is Pre-Calculus Michael Sullivan book, 9th edition, you can just directly download it from the internet, because this is downloadable actually. That book is downloadable and free. That book is free also. Free means now it is free, but book is really excellent. So you can, PDF version of this book is available on the internet and for free. So basically you can download it and you can get it. This is excellent book. I really salute Mr. Sullivan. He wrote such a magnificent book which actually explains everything from this. So anyway, from this we are just solving this math by the similar methods. That's why I'm not saying anything about that. Now we can do two things here. We can just do middle term factoring, or we can just use the formula. Both methods, in the both methods this answer will come same. So I'm just following the middle term methods because we actually followed middle term methods in a couple of maths here. That's why I'm just following the same methods, but formula by formula also you can solve this math. You see in the both side x plus 2 came, so basically one time if you write, then it should be fine. So it should be x equals to minus 2. From this side also same thing will come. So the domain of this function will be x is all real number, but x is not equals to, only condition is x is not equals to minus 2. Okay, so that's all. This is how we find the domain of the functions. I hope you enjoyed and you liked it. I hope the video is useful. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.